I'm going to give you a quick overview of the John Deere 50 series headliner. Comes in brindle brown. It's 18% perforated vinyl with the front headliner piece here. And it's adhered to a piece of ABS plastic. If you do not want to replace your radio, you don't have to cut this out. Most people replace their radio, put their radio back in the front, and you just poke a knife through here and you cut this out, making sure you keep the angle of the knife either 90 degrees or slightly tilted towards the center of the part when you make this cutout, because you don't want it to get too large. You can always snip a little off later, but it's almost impossible to put any back on. This is the dome light. You also want to do the same thing here when you run your knife around, have it tilted slightly towards the center of the part when you make the cutout for your dome light. This is made for two different dome lights, so do not follow this pattern all the way up here. On the 50 series, most of them are straight across like this, so don't follow this hump up in this area here. That's for a 30 series. Some of the 30s had that. Also, when you go to put this thing in, give these little clips a twist, because they're glued to the foam in the back, and as you can see, that sort of tilts them, gives them a little angle. But if you give them a twist and you break them free, then they got a little more wiggle room and they lie straighter for installation. Just a little extra tip makes them easier to put in, but these aren't very difficult to put in. You just go around and push these pins in with your hands. I've seen people use hammers on them. We discourage anybody using a hammer, particularly up around that piece of glass in the front. You break that front piece of glass out of that tractor, you're looking at a lot of money. If you do feel like don't have enough hand strength, you can tap them in with a little piece of wood or a mallet or something. But if you use a hammer, you can actually scuff the vinyl, and there's a chance you could break that front window, which would be very sad. It comes as a three-piece set. You can buy the sets, buy them together as a set, or you can buy them as individual pieces. This is the air filter door piece. It goes in the center. It's glued on. It's just a piece of 1-inch foam. These two little notches on the sides are for the knobs that replace it in your cab, hold it up to the roof. There is an 1/8 of an inch of foam hanging down this edge. When you go to put this thing in the tractor, try not to get any adhesive on this vertical edge right here. If it does, it wants to hang up on that piece of plastic. This 1/8 of an inch edge is supposed to be there. So try to keep all your adhesive on this flat face of the foam. This is the main headliner that goes in your John Deere tractor 50 series, and it's made up of 3 components. And it's a piece of 1/2-inch foam on the back for squeak and rattle and sound absorption. This is a pretty important piece. Some people don't put any foam on the back. It adds expense, and after it's installed you can't really see it, but it is important because it is a lot of your soundproofing for the headliner is in this piece of foam on the back. And then there's a piece of ABS plastic in there, and then you have another 1/4 inch of foam with your perforated vinyl facing.